Why your
In this
calendar
city,
predicts your
time
net
is
worth
money.
better than your bank account.
But demand always
Have you ever
carries a
noticed
hidden
that two people
cost.
can earn almost the same salary?
Soon, the leverage
Yet
begins
10
to
years
shift.
later,
In
one
this
has
city,
investments,
time is
savings,
money.
and financial freedom, while the
But
other is
demand
still living
always
paycheck
carries
to
a hidden
paycheck.
cost.
At first, it seems like the
Soon,
difference must be
the
income,
leverage begins
but
to
more
shift.
often
But
than people
demand
realize,
always
the
carries a
difference is
hidden
something
cost.
much simpler. It's
Soon,
their calendar,
the leverage
not their
begins to
bank
shift,
account, not their credit score, not
leaving
even their
many
investment
trapped in the red.
portfolio. The way someone spends their time often predicts the way they'll eventually build or lose their wealth. Because money doesn't disappear on its own, it usually follows time. Imagine someone named Michael. He's 30 years old and lives in Chicago. After taxes, he brings home around $5,200 every month. His apartment costs $1,850. His car payment is $470. Student loans take another $320. Utilities, insurance, groceries, and subscriptions leave him with just enough to feel comfortable. He's not irresponsible. He pays his bills. He works hard. He even tells himself he'll start investing next month. But every week follows the same pattern. Monday is exhausting. Tuesday disappears into meetings. Wednesday evening becomes online shopping because I've earned it. Friday means dinner out with friends. Saturday is spent recovering. Sunday becomes preparation for another busy week. Nothing seems financially dangerous, yet every week quietly repeats itself. Now imagine Sarah. She earns almost exactly the same salary. Her bills aren't dramatically lower. She isn't a financial genius. But if you looked at her calendar, you'd notice something different. Twice a week, she blocks 1 hour to review her finances. She schedules grocery shopping before she's hungry. She plans meals instead of ordering them at the last minute. She sets aside time to learn about investing. She protects a few hours every weekend from unnecessary spending. The interesting part is that her calendar doesn't look richer. It simply looks more intentional. That's a small difference. But over years, it becomes an enormous one. Here's the hidden financial problem. Most people think money decisions happen at the checkout counter. In reality, they happen much earlier. They happen when your schedule becomes so full that convenience becomes your default. When you're constantly rushed, you don't compare prices, you don't cook, you don't cancel subscriptions, you don't review insurance, you don't think about investing, you simply pay for speed. Modern life rewards convenience. And convenience is rarely free. Think about a typical workday. You skip breakfast because you're late. Coffee costs $7, lunch costs $18, dinner gets delivered because you're tired. That's another $30. You don't have time to drive across town, so you pay for faster delivery. You forget to cancel a free trial. You book the expensive flight because you waited too long. None of these decisions feel expensive on their own. Together, they quietly shape your financial future. Let's look at the numbers. Imagine convenience costs you just $20 every day, not hundreds. Just $20. $20 a day becomes around $600 every month. That's over $7,000 every year. Invested instead at a reasonable long-term return, that money could grow into well over $100,000 across a working lifetime. The surprising part isn't the math. It's how invisible the spending feels while it's happening. Why do intelligent people fall into this pattern? Because the human brain protects energy before it protects money. After making hundreds of decisions at work, our brains become mentally tired. Psychologists call this decision fatigue. The easier option suddenly feels like the smarter option. Ordering food is easier. Buying instead of researching is easier. Paying for convenience feels justified because time feels limited. Then social pressure quietly joins the conversation. Friends suggest expensive restaurants. Coworkers upgrade their phones. Social media normalizes luxury vacations and designer lifestyles. None of this feels like competition. But over time, people begin matching the financial habits of those around them without even noticing. The calendar slowly fills with expensive routines instead of intentional choices. Years pass, income increases. Expenses quietly grow alongside it. Financial stress doesn't disappear. It simply becomes more expensive. This is why some households earning 6 figures still feel financially trapped. The paycheck grew. The calendar never changed. Financially intelligent people often approach time differently. They understand that every hour carries financial consequences. They schedule important decisions before life becomes busy. They review subscriptions instead of forgetting them. They plan purchases instead of reacting emotionally. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems. Their calendar protects their priorities before distractions take over. From the outside, their lives don't always look exciting. They may drive older cars. They may skip trends. They may say no to things other people consider normal. but those invisible decisions slowly create visible wealth. The goal isn't to make every minute productive. It's to become aware of where your time quietly sends your money, because every calendar tells a story. Some calendars are filled with urgent tasks that create temporary comfort. Others are filled with intentional habits that create lasting freedom. Neither happens overnight. Both are built one ordinary day at a time. Your bank account only shows where your money has already been. Your calendar often reveals where your future wealth is going. And that's why, long before investments begin to grow, long before net worth starts to rise, the first place financial change usually appears isn't inside a brokerage account. It's inside a schedule. If you found this perspective helpful, consider subscribing for more calm, practical conversations about money and the psychology behind building lasting wealth.